Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro Guilford Crime Stoppers is increasing the maximum reward paid out for anonymous tips leading to an arrest. The reward was $2,000 and now it is $5,000. The City of Greensboro awarded Crime Stoppers a $150,000 grant to be allocated over 2 years in $75,000 increments. Greensboro Guilford Crime Stoppers was founded in 1981 and pays cash rewards for anonymous tips leading to an arrest, the seizure of stolen property or illegal narcotics, or the solution to unsolved crimes. The program offers 3 ways for residents to provide anonymous tips to law enforcement without the fear of retaliation. All 3 reporting options are 100% anonymous. One option is to call 336-373-1000. To leave an online tip, visit the Crime Stoppers website at ggcrimestoppers.com or visit p3tips.com. Last but not least, download the P3 Tips app to submit a tip on your mobile device. In the program's 40 years in existence, it has received nearly 40,000 tips and more than 9,000 cases have been solved as a result of those tips. The Greensboro Fire Department is conducting its semi-annual fire hydrant testing from October 1st through October 31st. All hydrants within the Pinecroft-Sedgefield Fire District will be tested to ensure they are operating and able to produce the required water pressure as needed. This round of testing also includes all hydrants in the town of Jamestown. Because this testing must be conducted during regular operating hours, it will be impossible to know in advance where or when the test will take place in any specific area. Opening hydrants can sometimes cause a temporary discoloration of water in nearby homes. The discoloration is not harmful in any way and can be corrected by running the water for just a few minutes. If you notice a hydrant is not working, please contact the Greensboro Water Resources Department. The fire department does not perform maintenance of the hydrants. Testing fire hydrants ensures the protection of Greensboro's residents. It also is an evaluation indicator used by the Insurance Services Office, which rates cities according to the fire protection they provide. The ISO rating resulted in the Greensboro Fire Department earning a Class 1 protection rating in 1992, which is the best rating possible. Greensboro Fire has maintained this top rating since that time. All eligible residents throughout Guilford County can apply for the Federal Emergency Rental Assistance Program, or ERAP. This is intended to assist those financially affected by COVID-19. The program now includes residents who live within the Greensboro city limits. Residents who previously applied to the City of Greensboro's ERAP program do not need to reapply. Guilford County's ERAP program provides assistance with rent and utilities, including electricity, water and sewer, trash removal, natural gas, propane, and internet service to help mitigate the financial impact to households who were impacted by COVID-19. Applications are accepted in person from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mondays through Fridays at either of the following locations: the Department of Health and Human Services on Maple Street in Greensboro, or the Department of Social Services on East Russell Avenue in High Point. Residents can also apply by calling 336-641-3000 or accessing the online application on Guilford County's website. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Are you experiencing stress due to remote learning during COVID-19? If so, you're not alone. We're going to talk about ways to manage the stress as remote learning continues during this new normal. This is a stressful time for all of us, and it is normal and appropriate for parents and for children to be experiencing the stress of COVID-19. Something that's been especially stressful is that it's put so many parents in the situation of having to juggle working from home with managing their children's remote learning. One thing that I recommend is looking for ways to establish boundaries. You could do that through establishing some semblance of a routine. It doesn't have to be a strict schedule, but just making sure that you have, regular meal times and times of day when you're definitely working and times of day when you are definitely not working. So one thing I definitely recommend is that parents try to set aside time for quality time with their kids. We're around each other more now, but the quality of that time has gone down for many of us. Try to set aside time for quality times, that you're not always trying to work while they're trying to go to school in the background, but that there are also dedicated times that you spend to just enjoy each other's company. When you see your child feeling stressed, one thing that I definitely recommend is being an active listener. So rather than waiting for your child to reach out to you, reaching out to them and letting them know that this is stressful and you're here for them. If your child doesn't want to talk about it, that's okay. Go ahead and give them their space. But at least that way they know that you're there and that their stress is normal. It's not something strange or wrong about them. When your child does come to you with concerns, the first thing that I recommend is to just listen to them. As parents, it's really normal to have an urge to comfort our children and reassure them that things are okay. But in this situation especially, that could inadvertently have the effect of invalidating their feelings. After you've listened to their concerns, see if there's something that they can do today that might make them feel a little better. We can't make the pandemic go away, but maybe there's some small thing that they can control in their life right now that might bring them some sense of relief. While a certain amount of stress is normal and even appropriate, there are some symptoms that may be a sign that you could benefit from further treatment. Among adults and children, these can include difficulties with sleep, changes in appetite that cause an impact on weight, either weight gain or weight loss, loss of interest in activities you or your child used to enjoy, difficulty focusing or paying attention, more frequent bouts of tearfulness, or even increased irritability. You may also experience excessive worry and difficulty relaxing, or a lack of energy and persistent feelings of fatigue. While children may also demonstrate all of those symptoms, they may also have unique symptoms of anxiety and depression. These can include fluctuations in grades. So for example, if you notice your child struggling with a subject that used to be easy for them, many children will manifest symptoms of anxiety and depression physically. So your child may complain of stomach troubles and not really be able to identify the cause. If your child is having difficulty focusing or avoiding activities that they used to like, that could be due to anxiety or depression related to the COVID-19 pandemic. If you or your child are experiencing any of these symptoms, or if you would simply benefit from talking to someone, many providers are offering telehealth visits that you can attend from the safety of your own home. While this time is challenging, it's important to remember that remote learning helps slow the spread of COVID-19 and keep children and family members safe. This will not last forever. By following these steps while remembering to wash your hands regularly, wear a mask when in public, and practice social distancing, we will get through this pandemic.
Don't miss your chance to help keep the green clean by joining volunteers for the Big Sweep. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro's Development Services Division is offering a system to simplify and complete plan reviews in a timely, transparent manner. A new combined system called Plan Review and Tracking allows you to upload building-related applications and plans, view the status of your plan, pay for plan review and permit fees, download approved permits or plans, and communicate with reviewers. Plan Review and Tracking is available to residents, contractors, and developers involved with residential additions and alterations, technical review committee action on site plans and subdivisions, fire permit applications, soil erosion plans, and to record plats, among other applications. Paper plans, including residential building plans, will now only be accepted electronically via the plan review and tracking system. Plan review processes that began in the former plan review system before September 1st will continue in that system until completed. To use the new system, an account will need to be created even if an account exists in the former plan review system. Creative Greensboro is accepting submissions for the 2023 New Play Project. Any North Carolina resident or student playwright can enter a submission. The deadline is Friday, November 12th. The New Play Project has been presented for 29 years with support from the Mark Gilbert Estate, annually awarding a $500 cash prize to a selected playwright, along with a workshop production of the selected play. Creative Greensboro, the city's Office for Arts and Culture, continues to offer this opportunity to advance innovation and support the playwriting community. Founded in 2019, Creative Greensboro provides support for, ensures access to, and drives awareness of Greensboro's creative community. Through a range of programs, services, and partnerships, Creative Greensboro supports the development of a vibrant city. For more information or to download the submission instructions, visit the city's website. The City of Greensboro and Greensboro Beautiful, in partnership with the Piedmont Triad Big Sweep, will host the annual Big Sweep Litter Cleanup Days October 2nd to October 18th. Volunteers can help clean up parks, streets, neighborhoods, parking lots, and streams throughout Greensboro. Limited quantities of supplies such as litter grabbers, trash bags, buckets, gloves, and safety vests will be available. Reserve the supplies online and pick them up at the Big Sweep Kickoff on Saturday, October 2nd from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Greensboro Arboretum, located at 401 Ashland Drive. Be sure to sign up for all members of your cleanup group. During the event, Greensboro Beautiful will be collecting non-perishable food, baby supplies, face masks, and toiletries to donate to Greensboro Urban Ministry and Faith Action International House. Volunteers will be required to adhere to COVID-19 safety protocols and participate as individuals or in small groups with family or friends within their quarantine bubble. For more information, visit Greensboro Beautiful's website or call Volunteer Coordinator Alex Zaleski at 336-373-7507. Job placement and recruitment is the focus of Guilford Works. Coming up after the break, we'll feature events being hosted to help job seekers find the ideal job. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Employers are working overtime to fill positions as we attempt to recover from the pandemic. Joining me now to talk about free recruitment opportunities is Melissa Smith. She is a business services consultant with Guilford Works. Hello, Melissa. Welcome back.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me. Always good to see you. So tell me about the Colossal Career Fair and what makes this event so unique.
Sure. The Colossal Career Fair is our way of offering opportunities for our local Greensboro residents to connect with employment opportunities. So we understand, with the recent unemployment benefits ending, that our career seekers are ready to get back to work. But also in understanding that we know that our employers are very ready and eager to pick them up and offer them employment opportunities. So we're going to set this event up on October the 13th. We're going to be at the Greensboro Coliseum at the Special Events Center in Ballroom B, which is a lovely space that we can safely space out our employers and allow our career seekers to connect with them. But employers will be able to engage with our job seekers when it comes to the opportunities there, wide range in all of our targeted industries. But there'll be opportunities for them to interview, pre-screen on site, hopefully offer some employment opportunities for them.
That's fantastic, and I think it's key what you just said. The unemployment benefits are coming to an end. There's this stigma that people are saying they don't want to go back to work and that they prolong their return because of those benefits being extended, but really not the case. You've got employers who have vacancies, you have job seekers who want to get hired.
Yes.
So tell us about how colossal will this be? What kind of industries are represented? What kind of occupations are looking to be filled?
Yes, so we're opening up this event to all of our targeted industries. So if you look at Guilford County, for example, we have 4 targeted industries in aviation, advanced manufacturing, healthcare, transportation, logistics. So we're going to have employers represented across all of those industries. But then, we have those secondary industries that are still in demand and have those hot jobs. So your information technology, some of your administrative, and even some hospitality positions. We've even had some connections with our local government, with some of the departments here that will be present, such as Greensboro Police Department and Greensboro Fire. So we want to make sure that we are exposing our residents to opportunities throughout all of our industries with employers all sizes. So our larger size employers like HACO, they will be present with us, but even down to our mid-size and small.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's nice to
Yes.
have a variety, and that way you feel like you're catering to everyone's needs.
Yes.
Now, starting wages would be the question. People are coming
course.
off of those benefits, but they want
Yes.
to be able to pay those bills. What kind of
Yes.
salaries are you looking at?
And we also understand that too with sustainability. So when we were doing our initial outreach to employers for participation, we wanted to make sure that they were providing employment opportunities where the minimum hiring range or entry-level wage was $15 an hour. So you can expect these positions where the minimum would be 15, but they're going to range up to even higher. So we want to make sure that we are providing opportunities to set these individuals up to be successful, to do well in their career, but they can also take care of their day-to-day responsibilities. And we know that key employment and wage is a part of that.
Perfect. And how do job seekers prepare for an event of this magnitude? You'll have so many different stations for them to stop.
Yes.
You mentioned some of the resources that will be available to pre-screen maybe their resume and applications, but how do they realistically prepare to put their best foot forward?
Sure. So one of the wonderful things with Guilford Works is that we oversee the NC Works Career Center. So we are hosting our resume assistance classes leading up to this hiring event on October the 13th. We're actually hosting a virtual resume assistance building workshop. You can find more information for that on the Guilford Works site on our events page. But this is our way to have someone look at your resume, clean it up, and get it ready. But actually on October the 6th, we are collaborating with GTCC to have a full day My Resume Building Workshop. So, and if you do not have a resume, for example, this is your time to come in, get connected to one of our HRD instructors. We can review what you have, identify what those occupations are that you're looking to target at this event, and you will leave out of this workshop with a brand new resume ready to share.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that is a big hurdle. The resume
Yes.
is that thing that people just think, oh, I can't handle it.
Right.
And we've got people to help. People can help you with that.
Yes, they can.
Now, aside from the Colossal Career Fair, are there any other events Guilford Works will host to help connect job seekers with employers?
Yes. We are actually hosting a private sector hiring event, which will be the following week on October the 21st from 9 to 1 at Windsor Recreation Center here in Greensboro, in the heart of Greensboro. But this event will be targeting our local government, our local municipal bodies. So we'll be working with the City of Greensboro, City of High Point, and even with Guilford County for a lot of those in-demand occupations. So that is going to be a special targeted event to highlight those types of jobs. So we welcome our career seekers to take part in that as well. There are a vast amount of opportunities out there, so you can join us at this one on the 13th for the Colossal event, but also come again, join us on the 21st for the private sector event. But also, if you follow us on Guilford Works, we do have an events calendar. We are always having events that focus on employability skills. So we want to prepare you. So aside from resume workshops, communication, financial literacy, interviewing, and just overall networking and branding, we host these types of workshops weekly.
So you will be very busy in October.
Yes, we will.
Colossal Career Fair is October 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
So if there are employers who are listening to this and they want to be on display, how
Yes.
can they get involved?
So we are welcoming all employers. So if you're an employer interested, you can connect with me, Melissa Smith. We will have our information, melissa.smith@Greensboro. And you can also connect with us on Guilford Works. We will have the information on our landing page, but we do welcome all employers to join us. We want to make sure that we are connecting career seekers to these employment opportunities.
Okay, well, thank you, Melissa. It's always good to see you.
Good to
and
see
I
you
wish
as
you
well.
a great, successful turnout for the Colossal Career Fair.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Do come back and see us.
Certainly. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. In response to the growing cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant and to prevent its possible spread, all meetings of the Greensboro City Council will be conducted virtually. Until further notice, meetings will be conducted via Zoom. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. When in person, the City Council meets on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The illegal dumping of various types of materials throughout Greensboro will no longer be allowed. The Greensboro City Council passed an ordinance designed to crack down on the practice. Activity captured on cameras installed near known disposal sites on public property or private property at the owner's request will now be monitored by staff of the Right-of-Way Division in the Field Operations Department. When an illegal disposal takes place, the video will be sent to Code Compliance in the city's Neighborhood Development Department to find the violators and issue a notice of violation. For the first occurrence, a civil penalty of $500 will be assessed to the violator or owner of the vehicle used to illegally dispose of items. A penalty of $1,000 will be assessed for each subsequent offense, regardless if different vehicles registered to the same owner are used in separate incidents. This new ordinance is expected to offset a portion of the cost associated with cleaning up the environmental and public health hazards caused by illegal dumping. Materials most often dumped include bags of household trash, yard and construction waste, furniture, appliances, and tires. To read the complete ordinance, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, meet the people who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
Westerwood just is the art and soul of Greensboro is what I call it, really. It's this eclectic, just very diverse, very cultured.
Kind of the same way. I mean, it's an artist neighborhood, and I love like Daniel Park that we're in right now. Beautiful for walking, and Westerwood Tavern, good for hanging out.
My name is Natalie Miller. I'm the owner of the historic Magnolia House in Greensboro, North Carolina. Moved back to take on the family business and to carry on the legacy and do the important work of sharing the historic Magnolia House's narrative and all of the other African American sites here in the area.
I'm Tal Blevins. I'm the owner of Machete Restaurant here in Greensboro, and previously I spent 20 years as a tech journalist in San Francisco. Greensboro really offered us the opportunity to start our own business because it had a lower cost of living, and it also had a lot of open retail area for us to be able to look at. We started as a pop-up out of our house just to kind of test our concept for Machete Restaurant, and then we were able to find a space and we were able to kind of live our dream.
What's really awesome that I was really impressed by when I first moved here to the Westerwood neighborhood, we have this annual event where all of the neighbors are invited to showcase their art on the porch. And you go to these people's houses and you see what they do outside of their 9-to-5 selves, and it's amazing.
So when we were looking for houses in Greensboro and we were driving around Westerwood neighborhood, we love the different architectural styles here. We have a 1920s arts and crafts house, which has got a lot of character, which is something we wanted. We have fantastic neighbors, so it just had all the amenities that we wanted, as well as being close to downtown too.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is partnering with the Guilford Regional Tennis Association to introduce Wheel Serve Piedmont. This Paralympic sport is a new wheelchair tennis program for adults. People with spinal cord injuries or amputated limbs are welcome. Wheelchair tennis follows the same rules as the original tennis game, except the ball is allowed to bounce twice. Free tennis clinics will be held from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays starting on September 29th and ending October 27th. The program is supported by Wheel Serve North Carolina, a nonprofit community tennis association. Players can choose to compete at the recreational or competitive level. For more information about adaptive and inclusive recreation programs, call 336-373-2626. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Greensboro Police Department. Motorcycle riders and those who wanted to support the Chiefs Ride for charity assembled at the Riding High Harley-Davidson last Saturday. The ride supports GPD's efforts to raise money for communities and schools of Greater Greensboro. Their mission is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve great things in life. A good time was had by motorcycle riders of all levels. As the Delta variant continues to spread, please remember to wear your mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.